Heather, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hey, Sherry. Happy to be here.
So excited because I'm very excited to share your story. You've been with us since 2.0 and now you finished 3.0. You're heading into 4. Tell me, where were things at in your life before you met me? And then what kind of inspired you to start looking for some form of solution?
So I've always been kind of active. When I was a kid, I was always doing some kind of sports or something. And then, then you get married and you have kids, and yes, that kind of takes over. I had gotten back into the gym, but had some health issues that I really were stopping me from really feeling, I think, as good as I could possibly feel. When we had our chat in January, I told you about them, and you said, you know what, we can totally address that and start to get you feeling better. So yeah, that was it. I think how did I find you? I found you on Facebook, and people would post about amazing results, and I thought, oh, okay, that's cool. And then I saw somebody that I knew. And I thought, oh, hey, I saw her not that long ago, and look how she looks. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that was enough for me to reach out to you and to have the chat.
Awesome. So when we had our Zoom chat, then I guess you had certain expectations as to what you might think you were signing up for. So how does that differ from what you thought you were signing up for to what you actually received when you got in the program?
Good. That's a really good question, because it is quite a bit different. So I have done other programs. I'd followed something with another trainer called the Little Black Dress program, basically. And it's quite detailed in that, you have your workouts, but you also have like a diet plan that you need to follow, where, you eat breakfast here, you have this for a snack, you have this for lunch, you have this, and it's quite specific. And when you're busy and you have kids and you work full time, it's not really all that realistic, or you have to be hyper organized, which I simply am not. And so what was different with you was you said, okay, look, here are 3 cookbooks, pick 12 meals, and that's what you're going to eat for the next 42 days. And it really made it doable. And it made all the difference in the world. And also, because within the cookbooks, you have meals that can still, fit for your family. Just, okay, this is what we're having. And you're not making a meal for yourself and then another meal for your family. So really, I think you set yourself up for success, as opposed to adding hurdles that make it too easy to fall down on.
Well, and my clients over the years have always asked me, Sherry, I'm super busy. Just give me a meal plan that I can follow. Just type something out for me, and then I don't have to think about it. I can just do it. And I've always been so reluctant to do that, because I know that those meal plans end up in a drawer. Like, yes, they'll serve you for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, but then you slip back into your old ways because you don't want to follow a piece of paper anymore. You feel like, okay, I got this. Now I can do what I want. And the next thing you know, you're like, where did these 10 extra 15 pounds come from? How'd they sneak back on there again?
Exactly. It just really made it so much easier to be accountable. And that's something else that made a big difference for me is, I know that I need to be accountable to somebody else. So I was really lucky to end up being paired with you as my accountability coach. And I knew that I had to take a picture of everything that I ate and send it to you. And it kind of gives you pause, and you say, oh, wow, somebody's offering me a chocolate. And I thought, oh, no way.
Yeah.
I have a picture and tell Sherry I ate that? No, thank you. Sorry. Talk to me in 42 days.
Well, and I'm glad you outlined the 42 days, because in the first challenge, what we like to teach is discipline.
Yeah.
But we also like to teach creativity. So it's when you have that office meeting or that business dinner, or you've got to travel, it's like we're challenging you to somehow stick to the cookbooks. Don't deviate with them, because we need to force you to come up with solutions of how to always stay on the program that you design for yourself. Right. And then when you do challenges 2 and 3, this is where we try to teach you some balance. And like, okay, how do you live by what you've created 80% of the time? Yeah. And then how do you indulge in those little, treats and things that we like to do just 20% of the time, so that you have some balance, but at the same time, you're disciplined now. You know what's right, you know what's wrong, you're educated, you know what your body can handle and what it can't. Yeah. And then those times when you decide to step outside the lines, you even know what treats you can get away with without paying a huge, in your case, stomach issue. If you go into sugar, like get afterwards. Well, I remember you went outside the lines a little bit with some sugar around Easter, and you're like, oh God.
So sick. So sick. It was awful.
Yeah, right. So tell me, what are your favorite things about the program that you're experiencing now? Tell me what you like about the program.
Sherry, I love to wake up with you. So my day starts, I get up, I get things going, pack lunches and whatever. And I know that I have a 6 o'clock appointment with you most days of the week. And I like it. I like that I just have to go into my basement. I have not everything that I would like to have in terms of equipment, but I have most stuff that we need.
Yeah.
And I love that I get in, get my workout done, I stretch, I wave goodbye, and then I'm off to go about my day. Yeah. But it really sets the tone for my day. Yeah. And then I can feel like I can accomplish, I do feel like I accomplish a lot more than I would. And when I don't, if I have to miss it or whatever.
When Sherry's out of town.
Or even like an early morning meeting or whatever, and it's just not like physically feasible. It just, like, my day is kind of sucky afterwards.
You drag. I know the feeling. I hate not working out first thing in the morning. But no, you brought up a good point, because it's so convenient when you can just roll out of bed, you go downstairs, but someone's waiting for you online. So you still have that accountability. It's not like waking up and following a DVD.
No.
You know that, and you're going to get that text message from me if you don't show up. You're like, Heather, what happened to you?
That's right. Or even Heather, we're still working out here. Keep going. Let's go. I need to fix your back. Roll your shoulders back. And I love that.
I know a couple of times I caught you on your phone. I'm like, business later, put your phone down.
Exactly. Yeah.
So much fun. Well, so obviously the virtual workouts work out well for you.
Yeah. Really great.
And you're exclusively virtual, and it's good. You have your plan, like Monday to Friday, you log in, do your workout, and then you're ready to go.
Sometimes if schedule permits, I will try to sneak in an evening one.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you have like this yoga stretch or whatever, if I can, I like to do that. But generally speaking, 6 to 7, and then I'm done.
That yoga stretch at 8 o'clock, like, I am so ready for bed after that class. Yeah. And I sleep so well after that class.
Exactly.
Very zen. Heather, if you met your best friend on the street and she took one look at you and saw your amazing results, what would you tell her in 30 seconds about the program?
You got to meet Sherry. She'll kick your you-know-what, and you're going to thank her for it. That's what I would say. That's
awesome. Yeah. And tell me, Heather, what were your results?
So I the first challenge, I lost 10 pounds, and I lost, I think, almost 16 inches.
Wow.
So for me, it made a big difference. I was able to put on clothes that I hadn't been able to wear for a while, and I just feel better. My skin is better. Yeah. Actually, I had a client come and say to me, your skin is beautiful. I said, Sherry.
Yeah. Sherry. Now I got to come out with my own skin line. Yeah, it's called Natural Fruits and Vegetables.
And 4 liters of water a day.
Totally right.
Yeah.
Heather, you've been a real pleasure to speak with today. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And I'm going to see you tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, doll. Have an amazing night.
You too.
Bye for now.
Bye.